Alright folks, welcome back. Every day I give you another example of a successful gold stake run. I put the seed in the video description so you can try it yourself before you watch me. Spend 5 minutes making the same decision it took you 5 seconds to make. This is Balatro every day, and today it's time to eat your vegetables. We're doing gold stake green deck, which is not my favorite. This boss says diamonds. Okay, I did notice when we were clicking through the cards that we drew the full house. I don't think you're supposed to go for the full house. I think, here if I have 2 pair, I go for the flush instead. The flush is more likely. And then one more time for the flush. There is a possibility here we can draw the 10 for the straight. Drawing the 10 for the straight is the same as drawing an ace or a jack for the full house. Same probability. Unfortunately, we miss on the flush, so we play high card and go try to get diamonds. All right, spectacularly bad luck taking this long to get the diamonds flush, but that's just how it goes sometimes. All right. So, perishable, no. Buffoon pack instead of these perishables. Could be a free reroll, could be a showman. I can take the reroll, but if I reroll, I'm not actually going to be able to buy anything. So, actually, maybe it makes more sense to just take the showman and sell it for $2. I guess the reroll, I could keep it. Maybe. And then just pay the rental fee, or maybe I can buy one of these planet cards. So that, one idea potentially is if I take a Jupiter card helps me score, and if I score more points, I can win in fewer hands. Winning in fewer hands, that's money. Let's get clubs. One more time. Alright, the clubs flush will one-shot if we can draw it. This sucks. So, 2 discards that cost me $2. Had to use an extra hand as a discard, now struggling. Could be Clever Joker against the boss. The level 2 flush does not one-shot the boss. Maybe what we do is we go Celestial Pack first, and then that'll tell me whether or not I want this Clever Joker. So if I get Jupiter and I have level 3 flush and I know I can one-shot the boss, maybe we don't take Clever Joker, and then maybe now Standard Pack. On the green deck, we don't benefit from interest, but I still like to save a little money in the bank in case we find a Hermit, maybe. But I think Standard Packs for value generators are very good. Could be a gold seal 10 and then go next. Boss says diamonds are debuffed. So could go for a hearts flush, could go for a spades flush. Looks like maybe hearts. One more time for hearts. This flush, because it's level 3, this one wins. Alright, that only took us 1 hand, so that got us some extra money. Could take a certificate as a holographic is very powerful. So, yeah, easy pickup. Let's go next. Blue seal. Alright, with the holographic, I can win with many pairs. I can play a pair of kings. I'm gonna play the kings and the 4s because I know that doesn't win. And then I can play a pair of 2s. Alright, benefit of playing pairs, you don't have to use any discards, so you save money on discards. Bad news about playing pairs, it costs us $2 per hand if we're going to be playing a lot of hands. I can take Madness. I can't take Madness. I should have waited on the Mercury card I would have sold Mercury to buy Madness, but now we can't. So let's go Spectral Pack. Could get a red seal, could get a purple seal. Probably red seal is not something that I want to, or purple seal is not something that I want to do. I guess if I drew it, I would be willing to use it. Let's go purple seal 10 or 9. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe go purple seal 9. Maybe first boss was diamonds, so let's go purple seal diamonds. And go next. Do I need this walkie-talkie? I think if I got the Mercury card, I don't need walkie-talkie. Let's go next. I can play 2 pair. Is about the same as the pair. I want to play the 2s for the money. All right. I could discard purple. Get a death card. Okay, so I compare the queens and kings. Okay, pair of kings. Keeping a jack. I'll keep the 9. This pair shouldn't win. Okay, I can make another blue seal, and then I can play the pair of queens. Now we're cooking. Alright. I'm still sad. I guess if we had taken Madness, we would have struggled there a little bit. Not having the chips from the Mercury cards. Alright. I don't need a Celestial pack if I have the blue seals. I wait on the Arcana pack until I have more money in the bank. I could take the boss reroll, probably. And then go next. Alright, I can play. This is a guaranteed pair of 2s. Yes. I can play a pair of jacks. And then that's it. Wait, did we get another blue seal 9 from the certificate? Interessante. Fool for Mercury. Alright, I'm not gonna Arcana here until we have 20 bucks in the bank. I do want the paintbrush later. So just go next. Do I want this misprint? Do we need this misprint? Level 6 pair is kind of a lot. Maybe I don't need this misprint as an eternal. Maybe that's slightly greedy. Maybe. I'm going to keep the 5s in case of emergency, though I expect not to need it. Pair of aces wins, so discard the purple. At this point, with this many blue seals, maybe it makes sense to discard and try to get a blue seal. I could play a 2 here just for a little bit of money. Alright. Try to get the other blue seals. So I could play a hand to try to get a blue seal. It cost me 2 bucks. I think is worth it. Alright, now Fool for Mercury, or do I want to use 2 chariots? I have to probably Mercury's better. Take Mercury, and I think I'll go Steel 9. There we go. Not every hand will have the Steel card, but using the Fool for Mercury means every hand will get leveled up. Alright, I can use more Mercury cards here. No money. Bummer. Alright, since we have the certificate, we don't need these standard packs. We want to save our money for the paintbrush. We could take the paintbrush now since we don't have interest. And then just go next. Alright, I have a purple seal. Let's play the pair of 10s. Next pair wins. Discard purple. Temperance is 4 bucks. This pair of 6s wins. I can discard one more time. I guess I could... Okay, discard first. Now I have the blue seals. Okay, so Temperance, play the kings. Alright. Photo could be an Arcana pack now. I don't need this Arcana pack. I can wait until we have 20 bucks in the bank. Let's go next. Okay, red seal. I can play the pair of kings first. Next pair wins. I play the pair of nines. After discarding purple, I could discard purple again. And we get a priestess. Okay, so priestess, Mercury, yes. Mars, probably not. If we have certificate, probably not Mars. There we go. All right. Level 14 pairs. Shoot the moon is pretty bad for us. Boss says previously played is debuffed. I don't care about that at all. Let's go Arcana looking for Hermie now. Could be Mercury. I think the Hung Man is maybe useful. Maybe. Remove the twos. I guess if I remove the twos, it's going to be harder for me to do the gold seal too. But that's okay. Don't need a standard pack. We could take Overstock. Alright, that's it. So superposition's not going to happen. I think Smiley Face is unnecessary. Let's go next. Pair the aces. Keep the 2 in case we draw the gold seal. Next pair wins. Chariot. And go one more. Priestess. So next pair wins. I didn't get any blue seals, so let's play something like that. Throw away the queen. Keep the 2. Alright, 2 blue seals in hand. I can make another Zoolander. And that's it. 2 queens. Okay, we score more points when we have the steel cards. Here, Emperor, Arcana. Get another Fool. So I probably want to use the Fool if I'm going to have these blue seals. So maybe I open Arcana and it gives me opportunity to use the Fool. There's Hermie. We get punished for not saving our money. Bummer. But I guess I can still go Tower, Hermie, Hermie again. And we said we don't need standard packs. I'm not gonna reroll. I think we don't need to, and then I can save my money for booster packs. Play the pair of 3s. Alright, so that's halfway. Blue seals in hand. Discard purple. Maybe Judgment. Gross. Okay. Play the 2. And a pair of kings. Maybe play the pair of 9s. Okay. Do we want to stop discarding? Maybe, I'll consider it. Could be a red card. Red card is scaling plus molt instead of Grimbo. I kind of like being able to discard for my purple seals. I kind of like being able to discard for my blue seals. Is red card something that I want to be paying for every round as a rental? I think maybe the answer is yes. Rental seems expensive. My hands are pretty high level already. Take a Priestess. Now that I've used the Priestess, the Celestial Pack has a better chance of giving me Mercury. Okay. And no on the Standard Pack. Could take a Business card for money. I think I save my money for the voucher in the next shop. Scoring wise, we're fine. So let's go next. I can play a pair of kings. Next pair wins, I can discard purples. Fool for Mercury. Probably we use the Fool. And then make room for the blue seals. I could play 3 of a kind, which doesn't win. And then saves discards for 2 purple seals. I think I should just discard in that case. So maybe discard the 8. Alright, play the pair of 10s. Steel card in hand, this will be fine. Alright, so we're about, with the steel card, you know, like 13,000 per pair. Okay. Supernova for pairs instead of Grimbo. Could be delayed gratification. Then we get $3 per discard, but I really like using the discards to dig for the blue seals. Maybe. Boss says spades are debuffed. So, alright. Temperance, yes. Crystal Ball's okay. Booster packs we can reroll first. We said no on Shoot the Moon. So maybe Celestial Pack. No Mercury. I don't really care about anything else, so we can skip and then open the Arcana pack. Could be a death card. Probably I just want more 9s. Steel card is good. Go next. Alright, pair of 6s. Next pair wins. Discard. Alright. I will play high card. I'm gonna save the wheel because I don't want to use it on Supernova and I don't want to use it on Grimbo. One more time for a blue seal. Crystal Ball's good for us. Dang. Look at all these blue seals. That would have been cool. Right. So I wasn't supposed to use Mercury. We get punished if there's a Fool. This Fool could have been a death card. Yeah, that's on me. Let's dance. Alright, Celestial Pack, I'm gonna say no. I want to save money in the bank in case of Hermit. Go next. Great. I can snap off an ace. I could snap off a 5 maybe. I have 2 purple seals. So maybe no on the wheel. Discard purples and the aces. Alright. This Fool should have been a death card, but Hermit's okay. Let's go Hermie. Pair the jacks and throw away queen. Pair of queens, that's it. Alright. So let's not use the Mercury cards in case we find a Fool. Could be a Fool here for Hermie. Would I rather have a Mercury card? Would I rather have Hermie? I could also open this and try to get a death card, or Hermie's fine. Alright, so in that case, let's go Mercury's. Celestial for more Mercury. No. We can skip. Hermie? Strength is okay, justice is fine, Empress doesn't matter. Go one more. Could be Golden Joker. Could take a Cartomancer as another value generator instead of Grimbo. I like that idea. We have a Crystal Ball, so Cartomancer is pretty good under those conditions. $7 for a reroll is fine, but maybe more than that is a little bit too expensive for me. Could take a Ramen and commit to not discarding. Ramen as a rental. I don't know about that. Temperance here is 16 bucks. How do I want to use my strength? I want to make more 9s and 10s, it looks like. I want to turn 8s into 9s. Okay. How do I want to use justice? Could be glass jacks. Could be I wait. Maybe glass here is fine. I could wait for the red seal off the certificate. Nah. Alright. Do I want ramen? Instead of the supernova, it's kind of the same, but supernova is perishable. I think with the amount of money that we have, we could do better than ramen, right? Let's go 8 bucks. We could go one more. Could do consolation. In that case, consolation instead of Golden Joker. And then that's it. I don't want to spend $9 on a reroll. Let's just go next. Alright, we definitely don't need the moon. We could snap off a 2. We could start snapping off aces. Maybe that makes sense. Snap off the ace. And then discard 2 purples. Or do I want to play a few pairs first? This should be fine. Sun? No. Priestess, maybe. Alright, so I'm thinking I can turn a queen into a king. I can turn an 8 into a 9. There you go. Let's pair the 5s. Pair the kings is better, I guess. Alright, the next hand wins. I play high card. Throw garbage. Trying to get the blue seals. And then play the 9s. Okay. Alright. Consolation plus certificate is a winning combo. Boss says face down after play, that's fine. Celestial Pack gives me more Mercury. Maybe I can replace the Supernova. Maybe not. 2 more rounds Supernova, let's re-roll. Grimbo, no, you could consider taking the Planet Merchant for the Constellation, but I actually like having the tarot cards in the shop. And maybe we can get some other jokers. So I don't take Planet Merchant, even with Constellation. But I don't think it's entirely unreasonable to take it. Alright, start snapping off aces. We can play a pair of 2s, which probably won't get 60,000 on its own, the one hand, probably. And then discard purple. Alright, I have a lot of 5s. I could turn a 4 into a 5. Trying to think about my strength. I could turn 3s into 4s. I could turn... Let's see here. I have a lot of 3s. Could turn a 4 into a 5. Could turn the 5s into 6s. Maybe I'd turn the 5s into 6s. Let's do that. And then no lovers. Play the 6s. Okay. more rounds. Trading card. Jupiter. Standard pack we don't need. Smiley face. Go one more. Burger? No, because we have trading card. What's in here? Ith card. So short term you could go priestess to get the constellation value. Long term we can make another steel card. Also happens to be a blue seal. I think that's a good deal. So let's go use the planet cards. And then death. And then go next. Alright, Hermes okay. Red seal ace we can snap off. We can discard 2 purples. Sun and Hierophant. I want to make room for the blue seals. I can play the 9s. Keeping the 3 as a backup. Supernova's done. Face down after played. Alright. Probably you're supposed to sell the Supernova because there's a chance that we get another Supernova. Maybe the Mercury cards I'm not supposed to use right away in case I get a Fool. Could be a Hermit. Maybe now I feel okay spinning the wheel. Ah, bummer. Never lucky anyway. Let's reroll for tarot cards before opening the packs. Maybe Ancient Joker is not relevant. Go one more. Saturn and Jupiter. Do I need... I don't have any lucky cards. So... use the planet cards. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hold the planet cards upstairs, and then that way when you reroll, you will get, you know, no more Jupiter cards, and we can get more Mercury cards. I just don't care. Let's go Arcana pack. And could be Temperance for 14 bucks. Could be a glass card. Maybe the glass card doesn't matter. 61 cards, we're never going to see the glass card anyway. I got money now, so we could go one more. Could be Marble Joker. Fortune Teller is kind of interesting. Plus 31, I think we don't need. Wraith, could be Purple Seal. Could be Red Seal. Maybe I'll go purple. So if we want to make purple, I have 6s now. Maybe I'll make purple 6. Could be purple 10. Maybe. Probably doesn't matter. Just go next. Justice. Alright. So I mean if you wanted to do a fancy jack, we could do a fancy jack. We could get fancy. 8s. I can play a pair of 8s. I don't have any steel cards in hand, so this doesn't win. Right. Do I want to remove a 4? Sure, we can snap off the 4. We can discard purples. Okay, spin the wheel. Maybe Judgment. Interesting that I don't have a pair in hand. Bummer. Alright, so I can draw some cards, and I have a guaranteed pair. Ship it. Trading cards done. Superposition is irrelevant. Alright. Hallucination. This boss says... rude? Alright. Let's go... hallucination. Buffoon pack. Alright, I don't need halvesies. I can sell hallucination though. Okay, could take minus mask and make some gold cards. Maybe. Could be mime. Maybe. Go next. Alright. we got the Hungman. We have the steel card, so probably we win here. I could remove the 4s. Maybe. 4s, we can hang them. Purple 9 I can discard. Probably what I want to do is I want to play the pair of queens. Alright. Priestess. I could play King as a high card. Just to get the gold for the Midas Mask. I could discard more purples. Sun doesn't matter to me. Maybe... How much should we care about the Midas Mask? I don't know. Let's play this 10 for the money. Alright, so this is what I want to do. I want to go make another Zoolander here. Hierophant doesn't matter. Play 1 queen. I don't need this many blue seals in hand. I can play the 1 queen to get a gold card. Then I can finish with a pair. Pair of queens. That's it. And then I pay the rental fee, but now I have all these gold cards. Maybe it's late enough that the gold cards don't matter. Oh well. Alright, there's Venus, there's Arcana. So, could be Strength, could be you strengthen the 10 into a Jack. Could be we just make a gold card, since we do have that Mime. Yeah, maybe gold 9. Alright. You don't want to do Midas Masks some more? I don't have that many face cards. Let's go take Parking with the Mime. Alright. This boss taking away my money doesn't matter that much when we're playing on the green deck, since we don't have interest anyway. Well, now I got Hermit. Let's play a pair of 2s, no steel cards, should be safe. I don't think this wins. And then Hermie. And then discard purples. Alright, Temperance for 15, sure. I don't need this many purples. How many do we actually need? We just need 2, right? Could play high card for the parking value. High card again. And then finish with the kings, I guess. 3.7 on the constellation. 1, 2, there we go. And then the mime gives me my gold cards. Yeah, there's a good chance we like play a pair against the boss and then get like 20 bucks immediately after from the gold cards. All right, Mercury's yes. Celestial pack, whatever. Strength, maybe. Could take a death card. I have a few things I'd like to copy. Let's go Arcana, so we could use Death. Fool for Mars. I could make another Steel card. Is probably the thing to do. I can use Strength on an 8. I can use Strength on a Jack. Maybe it's not super important for me to do. Maybe the 3s I don't care about. I'm okay. Strength 1 card is fine. And then Fool for Death is also fine. Okay. Steel Jokers times 2 if we want to replace the parking, maybe. Could take one of those, I guess. Alright. Send your Huesos we don't need. Hermit. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Go next. So, let's see here. Cartomancer first, then Certificate. Right. You could do Cartomancer, that's when you select the blind, and then Certificate happens after you draw your hand. After you draw your hand, you can copy it with Brainstorm. Here, the blue seal I can make into a gold card. I will use Death on probably a 10 or maybe a 4. Maybe turn the 4 into a 9. I want to use Death now so that when I discard the purple seals, maybe I draw, or maybe I get another Death card. Could use Justice on another Jack, since you have all those glass Jacks. No matter what happens when I play the 9s are going to win. Alright, so maybe it makes sense to make a glass 9. And then ship it. And then open the door for the cat. Alright. Mercury, sure. I forgot to copy the mime with the Brainstorm, not that it mattered. Anyway, this boss, random Joker disabled, sure. Okay, I mean, Buffoon Pack, sure. Could take an Obelisk, that's kind of fun. A little bit too late for that, maybe. It's not impossible. With what we have, it's not impossible. Arcana, I could use Strength. The problem with using Emperor is Cartomancer gives me 2 tarot cards, so maybe I want to go Strengthen a 10. And 6 or 7 doesn't matter. Strengthen the 10. And then go next. Alright, was I too slow on that? I was too slow on that. Let's go Temperance. I could use another Death card to make another Steel 9. How are we doing on 6s? We got a lot of 6s, but not as many 7s. So maybe I go Death on a 7. I can discard purple. I could try playing 2 pair and hope that it doesn't win. I could try playing a high card and then hope that it doesn't win. Maybe. And then that way I can discard more purple. That's the plan. Fool for another Death card. So I guess deal here and then these 2s. Maybe we don't need so many of those. These 9s, we can probably discard all of them to get gold cards. Could just be 2s. Alright, copy the mime now. There we go. Alright. Level 50 pairs. Could be Michelle as Polychrome. Could be Rebate. Nah. Alright. Arcana. 6 cents. Hermie? Sure. Go next. If we wanted to go back in time, we definitely could. But that's because we've already won. Alright. Did that give me a gold seal king? Cool, I guess. Let's see here. Could be Hermie, could be use the Magician. Now I feel like we could go 2 pair, no problem. 2 pair, doesn't win. Discard purples. Lovers, Judgment. Keep the kings, I guess. Pair the kings. I could play the 2, gives me $1. Cost $2, gives me $3. Copy the mime, that's it. Could have played the glass jacks, I guess. Mercury. 2 more rounds on Brainstorm. Constellation 5.5. Venus, sure. Saturn's okay. All right, we'll hold on to Saturn. Plutonium, Hermes. Red card. Nah. I guess Supernova's plus 37, but we have all the steel cards. Go Arcana now. Okay, we can hang them. Maybe you don't need the... We have plenty of 9s. Maybe we don't need the 3. Maybe 3 and 10 we hang them. Maybe the kings didn't really get there. Let's go use the planets and then hang them. That's it. We're out. Copy the Cartomancer. Alright. Tower. Maybe doesn't matter when we have 800 chips on our pairs. Maybe 6 and 3 we can hang them. Alright. Let's go fish. These purples we can discard. Fool for a chariot? Nah, we got death card. So what if we play high card like this? The steel cards might be too much. Close. Okay, that's fine. Now I can play a high card like this. Great. So I don't have any more jacks in the deck. Let's do this. Let's go death here. Fool for death again here, maybe. Discard purples. All right. King and queen, we can hang them. Copy the mime. Is better than copying the constellation. Constellation's times 6. So how many steel cards does it take to get to times 6? I know 3, 4. This is a times 5. Copying the constellation's better. Go ahead and ship it. Crunchy. Alright. Ended up not being the most difficult run ever on the green deck. Why is that? Because we got the certificate. Certificate gives us seals. In particular gives us the blue seals, and then with the blue seals, all of a sudden my pairs are 800 chips. Level 54 pairs, 800 chips. Base molt 55. Not a lot of molt, but plenty of chips. Yeah, sure, okay. I mean, certificate also holographic. That helped us with kind of the early scoring. When we got the first blue seal, there's this question of, can I actually win with a pair? You don't get the blue seal value until you actually have strong enough pairs that you can actually win with a pair. But having the holographic, of course, helps with that. Having, I think, there was maybe 1 Mercury card in the shop that we bought. Maybe that's not true, I don't remember. Purple seals, of course, I've said this before, maybe less good on the higher stakes with less discards, maybe less good on the green deck where it costs you money to discard. So it costs you $1 every time you want to go for the purple seals. Still can be marginally good. If you have a lot of them, you can get some use out of them. Purple seals as deck building for tarot cards, purple seals as money generation. Anyway, the point is certificate is busted powerful. If the thing that you want to do is say, I just want to play pairs, I don't care about playing higher ranking hands, I don't care that I can't play four of a kind, I don't care that I can't play straights or flushes, if I'm just committing to playing pairs, then all of a sudden certificate is great in that circumstance. Same with hologram, right? Hologram, if you're adding random cards to your deck, makes it more difficult for you to get real poker hands. But if you have the blue seals, then you can just play pairs, I guess. Kind of sad that we missed out on Madness. So on the green deck, the early rounds can be rough. What's rough about it is every discard costs you money. Every hand costs you money. You don't get... interest is kind of easy value generation where you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it too much. On the yellow deck, you start with $14 and then already that $14 gives you $2 interest. $19 going into the first shop. Wait, is that true? Yeah, like $19 in the first shop or something, or $18 or something like that. Here, if you're playing too many hands in the first round, like maybe you mess up your discards in the first rounds and you have to use extra hands, or big blind, boss blind in ante 1. If you have to play multiple hands and use hands as discards, you're losing a lot of money. You're losing a lot of value. So sometimes it makes sense to take early rentals. Rentals where, oh, this joker costs me $3, but it earns me $4. Or it earns me $6 if I can win in one hand. Because of that early game struggle, not having some kind of early scoring options in the first couple shops, we weren't able to afford Madness. Madness would have been pretty fun here. Definitely once you have holographic certificate, things like Constellation doesn't matter, Mime doesn't matter, Brainstorm is just icing, right? Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter what else we're doing. But I like Cartomancer as another value generator. So if I have certificate plus Cartomancer, that's 2 joker slots that are only value and not points. But maybe that's fine because it's holographic and because we have the blue seals. Mime also a solid value generator, blue seals and gold cards. Maybe Mime is less valuable if you don't already have the certificate. Maybe Mime is less valuable if you don't already have the gold cards. Gold cards already by themselves are $3, and if you have the Mime, it's an additional $3 for that one card. Sometimes you don't draw more than 1 gold card. Sometimes if you have 2 gold cards in hand, that's only $6. So as a value generator, mostly what the Mime is doing, Mime is like the spaceman, right? Sometimes it gives you extra levels from your blue seals. Sometimes it doesn't activate because you don't have the blue seals. But usually worth speculating on a Mime because it can also give you this end game scoring with the steel cards. Alright. Hope you had fun with this one. Take care, everyone.